Alright, now here we go. This is probably going to be one of my favorite sticks to review for you guys. Um, Mainly because I think this is probably the best string job I've ever done. It may not look that way, but I think it's going to be the best. Now, when I show you my other Proton power later, I'll explain more, but I changed up the sidewalls while it was already broken in the mesh, so that's probably why it doesn't throw as well as this one. And this one's not even really broken in yet. So, here it is. It is the STX Proton power on a STX Katana Scandium. Now, the Scandium's a little bit lighter, a little bit stronger. The only thing I don't like about this shaft, though, is that the graphics scratch off really quick, but I don't really care about that. It's a great shaft regardless. Now, when I strung this head, I had a perfect idea, because I strung exactly like the dunk, but honestly, I did not have to skip one of the regular holes like I had to do in the revolver or the dunk. Hence why this head, I think, came out absolutely perfection. Now, it's gonna, when the pocket gets developed, it's gonna sit more so underneath those shooters than on these, like, the bottom half of the shooters. But really, really, really like the way this one's strung. So much hold, so much whip, so much power that I get out of it. Now, the Proton power, I didn't really like at first, and everyone thought I was crazy, but I had a reason behind it. Proton power, it was hard to figure out. Just like the K18, I had a lot of problems trying to string it in the beginning, but I think that might have been because I was retarded. Now, Proton powers, until you get one, you don't really understand like what the hype's about. It's one of the most probably overplayed heads in the game today, besides the Evo 2.0 or the Evo Pro, whatever one, doesn't really matter. They're both used. But if you use this head, you'll understand. Now, K18 and this head are sidewall patterns are very similar. Now, the only reason I didn't run into the problems with the K18 when I did the corner pocket is because skipping doesn't matter because the actual mesh is going to form the way that you do the spider web on the side. So that wasn't really my problem. Now, in this head, I had to find a way to create a solid pocket, have it break in right, have it have enough hold, have it have enough whip for me, and I finally did that. Now, I had to interlock in between my singles, and the interlock this time, or no, the single came right on the start of this shooter. Now, in my torque, the thing that's different is the interlock is right before that shooter. No, the interlock is right on that shooter, and then the V starts on the above, and you'll see that in these next couple of videos. But once I found this out, that I had to interlock somewhere in between so that the pocket would transition from hold to whip and have it come out smooth, this stick throws great. I only had to single up twice. Everything else I just interlocked the whole way down. So it was an interlock, single, interlock, no, interlock, single, interlock, single, interlock, and then just back through the bottom. What else? What else about this? Now, you'll see I left that hole right there for a reason. Now, I haven't had to use a nylon yet. On the other one, I did. I had to add a nylon in later just because the top got a little bit loose. But I did this one a lot tighter than the other one. The other one was already pre-broken in when I changed the sidewalls. So that could possibly be part of the problem. I highly doubt I'm going to run into any problems with this head, though, right now. Really great. But spent enough time on the head. Here is the shaft. Shaft has a very classic feel. It's a little bit thinner than the H2, but kind of has the same feel, just not as indented, not a classic feel. You see the bend in the middle of the stick right about there, about somewhere around here. This took a little bit to get used to because you're releasing a little bit later, but if you know how to shoot or throw with a crankshaft, you should have no problems with it. Really nice though, really light, and I personally love this stick. But up next come in my two main and my backup. And this is my backup to my backup, and so is the dunk. So coming up next,